Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Miss Fierce here from the Fierce Trade House, and this is my weekly analysis. Now, I usually do my analysis on Sunday nights or Sunday afternoons, but I may be incapacitated on Sunday. Tomorrow, I may not be available, so I decided to do this tonight, and hopefully, because the markets are still closed, so it'll still make sense even if you watch it tomorrow. So that being said, first of all, if you're new on my channel, please like, subscribe, share, comment. If you need me to do any analysis of any pair, please let me know in the comments section, and I will look out for that in the next weekly analysis. So yes, we are looking at GBP USD, and what we see, GU has been very bearish, very, very bearish. And you can see last week, in the last 3 weeks, actually, we have been, this price action here has been very bearish. We took out a previous swing low here of December, 2021. And we broke structure, and we kind of look like we're still possibly targeting a previous low here. So let me just mark that out. We have the low of November 2020, and it looks like that's where we are headed. Okay. So I will not be surprised if we actually reach there, but let me look at the daily first. This is like about almost 200 pips away. I mean, there's a lot of liquidity lying downside here, relatively equal lows around there. So I'm thinking that would be a realistic target. Okay. So you can see we took out this swing low here. So we just tapped there on the daily. It may look like, there's a bit of a rejection, possibly, but we do have this swing low, like I said, of 2020. Let me see, go on a lower time frame, 4 hour. Let's get a bit closer. Okay. So this is a zone that I am not going to be surprised if we actually drop a couple of pips lower. Okay, so we've technically gotten to an inefficiency, a level of price inefficiency on the 4 hour. We've tapped into it. Chances are we may bounce off of that area, but I'm actually seeing us possibly continuing maybe another 60 pips or so lower. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at, there's possibility for us to retrace back into this imbalance and then continue on downward. So I'm still bearish unless something happens during market open. Let me just look at the 1 hour. So we can see, we've taken out liquidity. We have some imbalances top side. So chances are we will possibly see a move like probably push up and then just sorry. So that's what I'm looking at, guys. For price to bounce off and fill up this price inefficiency zone. So let's see what happens when the market opens. But we are bearish. I'm bearish technically on GU. Let me look at Euro USD, which was pretty much looking, like, okay, so these have been my markings from previous times, previous analysis. So what we see is anticipated price would get to the 1.169. It actually broke through it and has retested the 1.1067, which had also marked out as a potential retest zone. And then we've bounced off of that. And I feel like we've been very bearish, but I feel possibly we may begin to see a shift up, maybe. This was a really interesting rejection here, though. This was a really interesting rejection on the weekly. But I feel like, we've grabbed liquidity. We have retested a previous, level of structure here. Let me look at the daily. Just want to see what price was targeting. Yeah, so there was an imbalance here that price targeted, and hence we saw that rejection. We then went up and probably retested this breakout zone because we see price broke down here. This was a structure break. So price retested the structure break, came back to this demand zone, okay? And I feel like we will still, let me look at the 4 hour. I still feel like we may push up. We may push up again before we see any continuation down. There is potential to actually push lower, but I'm 50-50 right now. I'm 50-50. Let me just. We have this interesting level down here. Liquidity is lying at that zone. So technically, we retested that level. We took out liquidity. So yeah, so I'm just thinking that we will bounce off this zone again and continue up, maybe consolidate for a bit, and then before we figure out exactly where we're to go. But just this push up, let me look at the 1 hour. This rejection off of this zone, we kind of took out some levels of structure here on the lower time frames. We broke back down here on the 1 hour. We took out liquidity again. So guys, I think we may see a retest of the 1.09675. So I'll wait and see. I'm kind of 50-50 on Euro USD, but I'm anticipating a rise, back to this zone 1.09615, and then possibly even higher to 1.09867. I would really like to see a pullback, a retest of this higher levels structure. Yeah. But we have been bearish. I mean, on the higher primary structure, in terms of primary structure, we have been bearish, but I feel like we're beginning to maybe change trends. Maybe we'll begin to see some push up. But with this drop of last week, which was quite aggressive, I just feel like it was just a liquidity grab, clearing inefficiencies and balances below, and I feel like we are ready to start seeing maybe a shift to the upside. But I'll have a look again on Monday. I'll have a look again on Monday after market open. So let me look at AUD JPY. I used to like trading AUD JPY. So AJ on the weekly has been very bullish. It's very interesting. Okay, so we've been bullish and we're still looking bullish. We have, levels of liquidity up here, and I think, we're just still looking bullish. Because we did push up, then we pushed down, and then we just closed up here. A bit of an indecision candle. Okay, so these are higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. Pretty, pretty bullish just from beginning of the month. So I'll just wait and see what happens here. I'm kind of like thinking we are trying to, take out previous levels and then maybe push up, attempt to this high again, 85.869. And then maybe we begin to now see the shift lower. Okay, but right now I'm looking at this chart and I'm thinking there's room to keep on pushing higher. This rally up just looks bullish until further notice. So that's AUD JPY. Let's look at GBP/USD. Let's look at gold. So gold, as you all can see, rallied up. We hit 2070. I had talked about 2000, and then my Telegram group, I mentioned 2070. We got to 2071. And then we dropped. We got back to 1980. What is this? 1957. But then we closed at 1985. Okay, so again, we took out liquidity here. Let me just clear this chart so that you guys can see. Took out liquidity, and you may just see, we are looking very bullish rather on gold. So I am kind of bullish on gold still. I'm still bullish on gold. I just feel like this was a retest, a pullback, and there's more room for us to continue on to the upside. But we do have an interesting level here. We may end up pushing lower to fill this gap here before we see that push to the upside. So possibly before we go up, something like that. Okay, so let's look at the indices now. So there's US 30 looking bearish, looking very bearish. I'm still thinking US 30 is, bound to come and just tap this low, 32 to 31. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. I'm just like, yeah, we have room to definitely drop because we took out liquidity here and then we formed this very aggressive bearish candle, and we've been dropping in the since Tuesday, right? So my take is we're just gonna keep dropping lower and lower because we retested this zone, pushed up, and we are bearish on US 30 as far as I'm concerned. I would like us to see us take out this low and just also take out this low. So 32 to 31 is a long-term target for me. Then we have, let me just look. NAS 100. Similarly, NAS, I had a target of 12,907. I think it's still there. I don't know if I moved it on the lower time frame. As you all can see, this was my setup this week. So we pushed up, we cleared imbalances up there, and then now we are dropping, taking out liquidity. I'm really hoping we can get back to the low of the week of last week, which was 13,105, and even take that out to the 900 levels. That's really 12907 is a long-term target. That's what I really like to see US30 do. Sorry, NAS 100 do. So let me look at EuroCAD now. So technically the indices are bearish on them. GB pairs I'm still also bearish. I'm bullish on gold. Okay. EuroCAD is also looking bullish, and we are likely targeting this zone here. That is 1.4081, the average range, which is about 90 pips away. So yeah, I'm bullish on EuroCAD. I'm bullish on EuroCAD, just as I am bullish on gold. I think Euro USD, I said the same thing, that I was bullish on Euro USD. We may tap this inefficiency, like I said, but I want to see Euro USD push to the upside as well. So let's look at USD JPY as a last pair. UJ clearly very bullish. I haven't actually looked at UJ in a while, so let me just look at it from the higher time frame. Wow, you can see this last week was quite something. Yen pairs look like they haven't been doing very well, but at the end of the day, we are in a range. Okay, so I think once we take out this highs, this relatively equal highs here, I'll wait and see what happens. But this is a very bullish candle, and we may just see ourselves getting to 121,738 level, which is about 448 pips. Okay, so that would be a long-term target for UJ. We've taken out all this liquidity that was resting here. We've taken out the highs. So near-term target would be this previous swing high, which is about 130 pips away. So once we get there, I'll be, we may see a retracement back to 115.494 before we continue. But this is a very bullish sign that the week may just open bullish on USD JPY. So guys, that's it for now. I don't want to make this too long. Thank you for tuning in as always. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends, fellow traders who think may gain value from it. And once again, see you soon.